In the vast tapestry of African history, there are figures whose stories shine so brightly they challenge the very narratives we've been told. Today, we're journeying back to the late 19th century, to the Asna kingdom in what is now Niger, to uncover the story of a queen, a sorceress, and a military genius, Sarraounia Mangou. The term Sarraounia isn't just a name. It's a title, meaning queen or female chief in the Hausa language. It denotes a lineage of powerful female rulers of the animist Asna people. And at the turn of the 20th century, Sarraounia Mangou was the one who bore this title, a woman destined to confront one of the most brutal colonial expeditions in African history. Enter the Villette-Chanoine expedition. In 1898, French captains Paul Villette and Julien Chanoine set out with a mission to conquer the lands between the Niger River and Lake Chad. Their campaign quickly became infamous for its extreme brutality, leaving a trail of destruction and terror in its wake. Villages were burned, people were massacred, and resistance seemed futile. As they marched, news of their terrifying advance spread like wildfire, striking fear into the hearts of local leaders. Many chose to flee or surrender, seeing no hope against the invaders' superior firepower. But Sarraounia Mangou was different. She was not just a political leader. She was the spiritual heart of her people. Deeply connected to the Asna traditions, she was a high priestess, believed to command powerful magic and communicate with the spirits of the land. When word of the approaching French column reached her capital Lougou, she saw it not as a military threat, but as a spiritual violation. She refused to bow, refused to run. Instead, she chose to fight. Sarraounia knew a direct confrontation with the French machine guns would be disastrous. So she relied on what she knew best: her land, her people, and her strategic mind. She mobilized every able-bodied person in her kingdom, not just the warriors. She armed them with traditional weapons, but her true weapon was intelligence. She sent spies to track the French column, gathering crucial information about their numbers, their routines, and their psychological state. Using this intelligence, she crafted a brilliant plan. Instead of meeting the French in an open field, she prepared the battlefield herself. She chose a dense, thorny forest surrounding Lougou, a terrain she and her people knew intimately, but which would be a nightmare for the French forces and their supply carts. She ordered trenches to be dug and poison-tipped stakes to be hidden in the undergrowth. Her strategy was one of guerrilla warfare, a war of attrition designed to exhaust and demoralize the enemy. When Villette and Chanoine arrived at Lougou, they were met not with an open surrender, but with a defiant silence and a fortified, seemingly empty city. As their troops advanced into the woods, Sarraounia's forces sprang their trap. They launched surprise attacks from all directions, using arrows, spears, and their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage. They would strike and melt back into the forest, leaving the French confused and taking casualties. But Sarraounia's leadership went beyond military tactics. She was a powerful motivator. Before the battle, she performed sacred rites, calling upon the spirits to protect her warriors and curse the invaders. She moved among her troops, her presence a source of immense courage. To her people, this wasn't just a fight for their land. It was a sacred duty, a spiritual war led by their chosen queen. The Battle of Lougou was fierce. The French, frustrated and enraged by the unexpected resistance, unleashed their heavy artillery. But Sarraounia's well-planned fortifications and the hit-and-run tactics of her warriors minimized their losses. After several days of intense, draining conflict, the French were unable to break through. They had sustained casualties, their morale was plummeting, and they were bogged down in a battle they never expected. Eventually, Villette and Chanoine, facing a determined and unbreakable enemy, made a decision they rarely made: they retreated. They abandoned their siege of Lougou and continued their march, but they left behind a legend. Sarraounia Mangou and the Asna people had done the unthinkable. They had defeated the seemingly invincible French column. While the rest of the Villette-Chanoine expedition would end in mutiny and disaster for the French, the story of Sarraounia's victory became a powerful symbol of resistance that echoed across the region. Her story is a testament to the power of courage, intelligence, and a deep connection to one's culture and land. She proved that leadership is not just about military might, but about the strength of spirit and the will to defend what is sacred. Sarraounia Mangou remains a national hero in Niger and a towering figure in the history of anti-colonial resistance. Her legacy reminds us that even in the darkest of times, a single leader's resolve can ignite a flame of hope that can never be extinguished. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into history. See you next time.